Fruutfull. Fruutfull, we are starting a new bra company. So we have a patent on a new bra design. And through that design, we will also be offering a simplified sizing system. So for the first time ever, women will be able to personalize their bra to fit down to the exact centimeter they need it to. And that way we can actually offer less sizes. Right now, I think there's over 165 different bra size options. So that's why 80% of women are wearing the wrong size bra. So with our new sizing system, we'll be able to offer about 30 different sizes and cover that 165 size range while increasing the sizes offered by over 40%.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's no small undertaking.
Right.
Yeah. We realize we've got our work cut out for us, but one of our goals is really to empower women and to change the way that women feel about bras in general. I know myself, I personally hate bras, and I've never really been able to find something that's fit me well. And when Danielle told me about her idea for Fruutfull, I mean, she didn't realize it at the time, but I was like almost in tears. As she's describing all of the problems that she has, I'm just sitting there, with kind of chill bumps, and it really resonated with me. And when we started digging in and speaking to other women, we realized that we're not alone in this. And I think for a long time, women have really been suffering in silence. So we're here to change that.
I've always loved clothing, and one day I wanted to teach myself to sew. And everything I was making...
Can we pause for 1 second and talk about how absolutely insane that is? Danielle is so brilliant. And she's
You can learn anything on YouTube.
You can, but that's so impressive of you. I just, every time she's like, yeah, so I bought a sewing machine and started teaching myself how to sew. And I'm like, what? Who does that? That's so crazy.
It was very difficult, that's for sure. But it was fun, and it was kind of just a side hobby that I was getting to express my passion for. And I wanted to be a clothing designer. My goal was to be the next Zimmerman, I always tell Ellery. And what I found is everything I was making was better bust supporting garments. So swimsuit tops that actually fit. I wanted to make something that was a backless shirt that women with a larger bust could wear. And once I went to doodle that out, it was serendipitous in a way that all of these bra ideas kind of hit me at one time. So backless versions, a strapless version. From that strapless version, we can change the way a classic bra fits. And then through all of that, we can simplify this sizing system. So it's not that we set out to start a bra company. And I think that's why we have that competitive edge and that different eye for what the lingerie market could be.
Yeah. To echo everything Danielle said, it's by not being, I guess, trained or professional sewers by trade, we were able to approach the design, and really Danielle's vision for this was unique in that it was designed through the eyes of the consumer, right? So for the first time ever, I think we were really looking at, if I just had a safety pin here, or if I could just make this strap like this or twist it this way. And so we weren't thinking in terms of being confined by traditional bra styles and how things are typically done. We were really thinking, okay, what if I had a safety pin, and what would that do, and how would that change it? And so that's, I think, allowed us to create a really, really unique product.
And what's so funny to me is bra companies, they offer the classic version, the strapless version, bralettes, pretty standard styles. But you see there's fashion week twice a year, in different countries all over the world. Trends are constantly changing, but our bras aren't. So they've been the same for 100 years. And I think our approach is just really trying to change the fact that bras haven't changed at all. So. I was born and raised in Tampa, and then I went to UCF for college, but came back once I got a job at the Home Shopping Network after UCF. So 28 years minus college.
I myself have personally lived in the Tampa Bay area for just over 5 years, but I'm from Lakeland, so basically neighbors.
Yeah.
And Fruutfull was actually officially established in it was February 2018 is when we officially incorporated. So, but yeah, Danielle and I love the Tampa Bay area. I can't imagine living anywhere else. As soon as I moved back, people were like, so when are you coming to Lakeland again? And I was like, oh, I love Lakeland. I do love Polk County, but Hillsborough kind of has my heart now. So I love the Bay Area.
Building Fruutfull, what does that look like?
Oh my gosh.
What doesn't it look like?
Yeah, I think Danielle and I we wear so many different hats, and it's like one of those phrases you kind of hate. So maybe we should start saying we wear different wigs. We have like many wigs we wear throughout the day.
We wear different bras.
Yeah, different bras. It is everything. It's building a company from the ground up. So as anybody who's ever been through this experience before, it sort of doesn't matter what industry you're in or what exactly you're building, but it's complicated and it's hard. It's really, really challenging. I think in addition to that, throwing the whole layer of the fact that we're actually selling a product to consumers.
And we're completely re-engineering that product is definitely a layer that makes it so much more complicated. So day to day, it's talking to lawyers about our trademark and about our patent, and then social media, we're not posting enough on Instagram. What should we be doing? We don't have a product. What should we be posting? So it's, we go back and forth with all of these different aspects of running a business. And Ellery and I both came from the home shopping network. So I had experience in the e-com and social media marketing departments, and she was in e-com and brand marketing. So we have, the skill set for that side of it, but it's just, supply chain, it's talking about packaging and all of it.
Putting it all together.
Yeah.
and it really does take a village. So it's nice to be going through this journey with someone else. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to be one person doing it. So I'm so thankful for Danielle and the partnership that we've built together.
I think, we've had so many ups and downs, and with every no, we could stop. But I think it's just so much bigger than us wanting to start a bra company. Whenever we ask women how they feel about their bra, it's just word vomit of, what their problem is. And, oh, I've never found a bra that fits me. I can't wear certain styles of clothing because my breasts are too large and there's no support, strapless bra, backless version. And I think it's just, we have such a bigger purpose than us trying to make a bra company happen. It's more, we're trying to elevate women and make them feel confident and comfortable in everything they're wearing. So we say style has no size, only limited size options. So we're hoping to change that.
Yeah, Danielle really nailed it. For me personally, it is talking to women and hearing their stories. Every single woman has something to say about a bra. Mm-hmm. And it is. And it's like seeing their eyes light up. And when we start to talk about our product and what makes us unique, hearing some women who are so excited to buy the bra and to share their own stories with us is, that is so driving to me. So,
we've gone to a few different events, and it's women panels. So we ask questions. We say we're starting a bra company. We need, what would you say when we're talking to investors and they're men and they don't maybe understand, or with supply chain? And just after we ask the question, we have, 20 different women coming up to us just talking about the fact that we're starting a bra company of all ages. They're like, don't forget about us, the older ones. And we're like, no, we're thinking about all of you. So it's just really rewarding to see, what we're putting so much into. We haven't gotten there yet, but a lot of people are excited about it and kind of just as passionate as we are.
It's the problem, right? Yeah. The brablems are our driving force. So
how difficult it is to make a bra.
Yeah, Danielle and I going down this journey together, we started looking at bras. It really gives you a whole new perspective on it. It takes, on average, about 30 to 35 pieces to make even just a really basic bra. You compare that to a pair of jeans, for example. It takes about 15 pieces to make a pair of jeans. And, so many elements of bras are still hand sewn, and there's very, very specific machines that you need and stitches that you use. And
and so then we're taking that difficult garment and then completely changing it at the same time. So it's like a double whammy of difficulty too, making a bra. And it's funny, we joke all the time because when I did we call it our Franken bra. When I went home and chopped up my bra and sewed it together, it took me 30 minutes. So it's like, oh, I can just pass this off to someone, they'll make it.
No problem.
So I've been saying better bras launching soon for about 2 years now. But it's just, I had no idea what all went into a bra.
We have to remind ourselves, we're like, Rome wasn't built in a day. Yes. The Fruutfull bra was not built in a day. So, well, it kind of was, but then we've been perfecting it. So, right. Even just to have, you really get into like what type of fabric is needed. There's different weights to those fabrics. What gram do you use? What thread do you use? Who's designing the label? What's the label supposed to say? What are the legal requirements for what your label is supposed to say? I mean, it's all of those pieces that, you don't think about. So we definitely have a new found respect and appreciation for how clothing is made. I mean, it's really complex.
I think mostly is finding a manufacturer to actually create the bra for us. And what really kind of dawned on me is that there are plenty of seamstresses that can sew the pieces together, but what we're doing is so unique. Every piece of our bra is unique. So we need, from the very beginning, that custom backband or hardware piece or whatever it is we're putting into our bra. It really needs to be developed at, the infancy stage rather than just finding someone to sew it. So I think that for me has been definitely.
Honestly, I feel like we could talk a lot more quickly about the things that have been easy than the things that have been hard. You'd be here all day. But, I mean, it is all about the process. And that's something Danielle does such a good job at reminding me of, is that it's all about the journey, all about the process. I mean, we're so lucky to be based here in Tampa Bay, and the community here for entrepreneurs and for startups is it's abundant, and we were blown away. I mean, we had
no idea.
Yeah, we had no idea, which is kind of crazy to think. We were being at a huge retail company, both of us coming from that sort of an environment, and actually kind of looking around and looking up and seeing all of these amazing creative companies that are coming out of the Tampa Bay area. It was so exciting, and we've just been welcomed with open arms. So we're so thankful to the community here, but everything is a lot easier, or everything's a lot harder than you always think. It's anytime we were like, oh, that's going to be easy, 3 weeks later, we're kicking ourselves like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're still talking about this. But it is that attention to detail that I think is going to help set us apart and help us create a better product. I would say personally, to read, and to keep an open mind. I love reading. I read pretty voraciously, but I think I'm a pretty curious person. Danielle as well. I mean, I don't think we'd be here if we didn't have like a certain level of curiosity about, how things are made and wanting to do this. But to read and to keep an open mind, because sometimes you'll go into a situation or a meeting and you think the outcome is maybe going to be one thing and it leads to another. And if you can approach things with an open heart and an open mind, I think there's a lot of creativity that can come from that. So yeah, always be open and read, because there's so much information out there. It can be overwhelming though.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest thing I hold on to that someone told me is if someone tells you no, you're talking to the wrong person. So it's just the perseverance, and we say this all the time, and it is the process. But when you're first starting out, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that it's about the process. You want to hear that it's like, okay, once you make it, once you're there, that it'll happen quickly, and it does not. But you just have to persevere, and you have to keep going and pivot. And when things come up that don't, we've had so many things that have come up that didn't go the way we wanted, or just mistakes we made because we didn't know. But we just accept it, move on, and analyze ways that we can fix or just pivot.
We're the queens of pivoting. Yeah, we really are. Pivot queens.